Nike's stock tanked earlier today after the company revealed Colin Kaepernick as the face of its latest marketing campaign. Is he still playing football? Yes, it's that Colin Kaepernick, the out-of-work NFL quarterback who refuses to stand for the anthem. Some Nike customers lit their shoes on fire in protest. Hope they weren't wearing them. And President Trump said Nike's decision sent a terrible message, but also noted that the shoe company was free to do as it pleased, telling the Daily Caller it's what the country is all about, that you have certain freedoms to do things that other people think you shouldn't do. But I personally am on a different side of it. Oh, interesting comment from him. Joining me now for reaction is Candace Owens, Communications Director for Turning Point USA, and Anthony Tall, a sports agent and attorney. Great to see both of you. Candace, I was getting photos all day from people cutting out the swoosh and throwing putting it in the dumpster and all. I mean, people were painting it over. And I mean, it's pretty dramatic stuff, but this rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but I guess a lot of people will support it as well.
That's correct. It definitely rubbed me the wrong way just because it's dishonest. It's completely dishonest. His entire protesting from start to finish was a campaign that was dishonest with Black America about issues that are facing our community. Police brutality is not an issue that is facing the Black community. It was not in 2016 at the height of all of this emotion and when he was kneeling. Only 16 unarmed Black men were shot and killed by police officers. That stat represents 0.0004% of the Black community. This year, only 13 unarmed Black men have been shot and killed by police officers, representing 0.0003% of the Black community. Of all of the issues that we could talk about and fix and that he could take a knee for, this was the wrong one, and Nike sent the wrong signal. This was the wrong political issue for them to back.
Anthony, this is what the NFL said today. They were pressed for a quote, given the outrage and the stock falling. The National Football League believes in dialogue, understanding, and unity. We embrace the role and responsibility of everyone involved with this game to promote meaningful, positive change in our communities. The social justice issues that Colin and other professional athletes have raised deserve our attention and action. Jocelyn Moore, Executive Vice President. So what action is the NFL going to be taking, do you think? I mean, are they going to be lobbying Congress for some more oversight of police departments? Are they going to be setting up NFL training entrepreneurships in inner city? I mean, what are they going to be doing exactly?
Well, it's my understanding that they've been in serious conversations with the players to invest money in these communities that the owners have basically went in and plucked out talent and made billions of dollars off of and given these guys millions, which is really, small considering what the community is leaving the community behind and considering that a lot of people in that community are underprivileged. With
Anthony,
regard to
I got to understand this. Hold on, before you, because I'll forget what you just said. So you're saying when someone who's talented leaves a community, then the business has a responsibility, obligation to then put money back into the community? I mean, I'm not saying that's not a nice thing to do, but you think that's an absolute, is it a legal obligation? A moral obligation, a spiritual obligation? What kind of obligation are you talking about?
I do think it's a moral obligation. I think it's a moral obligation, and I think that's why the NFL is in talks with its players. Remember, this is a league that is built on 99.9% white ownership and has Black players at 85%. So, and this is a league that has almost the same amount of Black general managers. So the ideal that when you go into a community and you see that community is depleted of talent, depleted of goods and jobs and education, and you take the talent out of there and that talent brings you billions, I think it's only morally right to want to bring that community forward and help that community come forward. That's the players want to help the community come forward. So now the owners are saying they want to help the community come forward. There's nothing wrong with that.
Candace, your reaction.
It's ridiculous to think that somebody would have to give back money to the community. Here are the facts, Laura. $22 trillion have been paid into the welfare system, and the Black community is poorer today
than when the welfare system began. They're not asking for welfare.
Excuse me, I'm not saying they're asking for welfare. What I'm saying to you is that it's fallacious to believe that giving money somehow means that you're helping. These people have to get jobs. That is something that President Trump is working on. You have to get off of your own 2 feet. Handouts do not work. We understand that. For the last 60 years, the black community has been giving handouts, and it has absolutely not helped us. In fact, it has crippled us in every major city where the blacks were flourishing. Chicago,
athletes are the
Detroit,
last ones. Athletes are the last ones you should argue. Athletes are the last ones. Athletes are the last ones. Athletes are the last ones you should argue.
Anthony, go ahead. Hold on,
Candace. Athletes are the last ones. Athletes are the last ones you should argue about anything being not meritorious. Their whole career, their whole lives are based on merit. That's why they are leaders and they are role models in the community, because they sacrifice, they sweat. They do the same thing that a lot of people do. So the ideal that they're asking for something when they're saying that the ownership in this business, this multi-billion-dollar business that they have, cannot bring that ideals and jobs and schools to that community.
You didn't respond to what I just said. You didn't respond to what I just said. You basically just said,
what do you want me to respond to?
They somehow have an understanding of economics, and that's wrong. If black people are looking for idols in our community, they should be looking at Dr. Ben Carson, Dr. Condoleezza Rice, and Dr. Thomas Sowell, and they will explain to you why handouts do not work in our community.
Why can't they have more than one? Why can't they have one and more?
Our community in the last 6 years. You're going to have to learn to stop cutting me off and let me get my thought out.
How have they crippled our community? How have they crippled our community? They're going into the community and they're taking out talent. Dr. Ben Carson is talent. Dr. Ben Carson is talent.
No one can hear.
Dr. Ben Carson is talent from my city, Detroit, that was taken out of my city. So whenever, I'm not shouting at you.
Guys, this is
Candace,
not.
I'm not shouting at you.
God bless you. This is not good TV when you talk over each other. It drives me crazy. And I want to hear from both of you. I want to hear from both of you. Okay. But it's like, I know everybody wants to get their point in, but it's hard for me to referee. It's just tough. I just do want to point out, it's interesting who is supporting what the NFL is doing here. The former Iranian president, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, said yesterday, I wonder if he's still wearing that same brown suit. He said, the NFL season will start this week. Unfortunately, once again, Kaepernick is not on an NFL roster, even though he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Since when did he become a sports commentator? Come on, now you both just have to laugh at this. This is just funny. Anthony, we got to end this on a laugh. Come on, old Mahmoud is slaying. What? What's that all about? Anthony, you can wrap it.
Well, I just think that there's a serious topic here that needs to be addressed with the ideal. I think Kaepernick and Nike did a good thing. Remember when Muhammad Ali took a stand against the war, he was hated. And then not too long ago, he got an endorsement with Adidas, and Adidas skyrocketed.
I got it.
This would be the same thing with Nike.
One of the greatest athletes who ever lived, if not the greatest athlete who ever lived, Muhammad Ali.
Whom I knew, by the way.
Versus Colin Kaepernick. I'm glad you knew him. God bless you. But don't compare Colin Kaepernick, who can't make an NFL team on merit, to Muhammad Ali's
I'm comparing the cause.
Okay, well, Muhammad Ali was well known.
And the argument.
Was well known because he was the best of the best. Colin Kaepernick, God bless him, is not the best player in the league or even close.
I didn't say he was the best quarterback.
Or the smartest.
Oh, no. We're going to talk football. I'm ready to do that. By the way, I have a fun photo to share with everybody at the end of the show.
Oh, and by the way,
from my
Tom Brady
Dame.
liked him today. Tom Brady liked the deal today, by the way.
Oh, well, great for Tom. I'm glad he's happy. Thanks so much to both of you.